Okay. Okay, so we took this information and we made a normal curve, and we can make this one short and wide because our standard deviation is 103. Now we're going to graph 500. So is 500 above or below the mean? So it's below. So we're going to draw a dotted line. And we want to know how many applicants score below a 500. So we're going to shade this way. So far, everything that you have to do, you can't use a calculator for, right? I mean, like everything, this is how a free response question is going to have to be shown. This is what you have to do. Now we're going to find the z-score. So z-score equals 500 minus 544 divided by 103. When you get your z-score, should your z-score be positive or negative? Why should it be negative? Because it's below the mean. Okay? So 500, you get negative 44, right? So 500 minus 544 divided by 103 equals negative, right? Negative 4272. Now, you can't look that up on your chart, right? I want to show you the computer. I want to show you how to do the computer, the calculator, but I also want to make sure you know how to use your chart. So, do you guys have your formula sheets with you? If you don't have formula sheets, you can get your book, and then it's up to you.
How's it going with this? Hey, David. Hey, man.
Your book is over there, right?
I didn't know it was my birthday.
Oh, I had my book right here. I didn't have to get up and get a sheet.
Should be titled the standard normal probabilities in the book.
Say that again?
Should be titled standard normal probabilities.
Yes, that's where we, yes. Okay, so you guys, we have negative 0.427. Well, negative 4.27 doesn't show up on here. We can't go 3 decimals out. So we're going to round. So we're going to go to negative 4. We're going to go to negative 0.43. Okay? So negative 4.3, remember this is negative 0.40, 0.41, 0.42, 0.43. So this becomes 0.3336. Everything so far is perfect. But after you do a problem like this, it's really imperative that you go back and you write it in context of the problem. You guys, you will lose a point for not putting it back in context of the problem. And what that means is just simply writing a sentence about that area that you just found. So again, you guys, this is your z-score. This is your area. So what we're going to do, hi, Alexa. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to put it in context of the problem. Just a really simple sentence, and it says exercise following conditions. So 33.36% of the applicants score below a 500. okay, or predict the performance of applicants to graduate school. So 33.36% of applicants. Oh, I echoed. 36% of applicants score below a 500. Yes.
Does it matter that the Z-score we found was 500? Because it's less than 500, does it matter?
No, because it's a continuous, so continuous doesn't matter that it equals. And we'll talk more about that when we get into discrete and continuous, but it doesn't matter that it equals. You're going to get the same matter if it equals or doesn't equal. That's a good question. So that is a perfect free response question. That is a perfect free response question. It's a perfect free response answer. Okay, so now look at the next question. The next question is, what percentage of applicants score between a 500 and a 700? So guess what we have to draw again, you guys? Hey Alexa, mute yourself. Mute yourself. Can you mute yourself? Okay. Alexa, I don't want to actually ever mute you, just right now. Okay? Okay. Am I drawing big enough that you guys can see this on the screen? Is it still blurry, Paige?
No, it's good. I can see it.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if that was good. Okay. Here we go. Again, you guys, the wider, the better for this normal curve because your standard deviation is 103. So you guys, there's literally 103 values between, so. And then up and over, and then draw. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Wow, look at that. That's really bad. Don't do as I do, you guys, because this is really bad. Okay. Now we want between 500 and 700. So 500, you do realize how bad my normal curve is right now, right? Everyone understands that that is awful, and please do not replicate that. That is, oh gosh, okay. And then 700's here. So we want to know what percentage of applicants fall between this. Now, if this is a free response question, you guys, you still have to show your work for the Z-score. Like you can't get out of showing that. Does that make sense? Like you have to show them that you know how to find the Z-score always. If it's a free response question and it has to do with a normal curve, you have to show them how to find the Z-score. I'm going to show you how to look it up, and I'm going to show you a couple other things, okay? Okay. I'm going to actually show you how to do it on your calculator. Okay, so we're going to do the Z-score for 500. Well, we already know the Z-score for 500, right? We all know that because that is what we got in A. What we got in A, we just brought down with us. Now we got to figure out what to do for z, right? And you know that 700, did I say that right? For 700, it's going to be a positive z-score because 700 is above the mean. And does this fall in the same spot? Is it the same? Is it positive? No. Of course not, because it's above 1. So it's 1.5146, because I rounded. Is that what everyone got? Okay. Now here is where it gets fuzzy on what you can get away with, okay? Because technically they're going to want you to know how to find the area, right? They're going to want you to use that table to find the area. But they also know that you have this handy dandy tool in your hand called your calculator, and you can use your calculator to do it, okay? So if everyone could get their calculators out, I'm going to show you how to use your calculator. Some of you probably already know how to do this because I've been watching you. Do you guys know how to use your calculator to do this? Oh, really? Oh, good. Okay. I might be actually teaching you something new now. I love when I get to teach smart kids something new. Okay. We're going to go to, so you're going to hit the second key. So hit the second key and the key that says vars. So second vars. Okay, you guys got there? And this is what it should look like. You should have this menu. Is there anyone that doesn't have this menu? You guys good on my e-learners, my computer kids? Are you good?
Yes.
So you press second, then bars?
Yes, second vars. V-A-R-S.
Oh, bars, okay.
Yes. Bars. Okay. Now, I want you to scroll down to number 2 where it says normal CDF. Second. And now scroll down to where it says normal CDF and hit enter. Okay, now, this is what I always say. I'm teaching you what your calculator is doing, but you know what they're doing now, okay? Because what the calculator is doing is it's going in, it's found the z-score, it's going over and looking for your area, and it's going over, finding your area again, right? Everything that you're just doing, this is what your calculator is doing. So we have a lower bound and we have an upper bound, okay? What's our lower bound? What's the score that we said we wanted to be between? So we're going to put 500, comma. Now, some of you have upper bound. Like your calculator says what? Upper bound, lower bound, mean, and standard deviation. So if you have upper bound, lower bound, so your upper bound would be 700. Your lower bound would be 500. And then you would put your mean, and then you would put your standard deviation. If you have the little chart on yours, then you would have put, does yours have upper bound first? Lower bound? So lower bound's 500, upper bound is 700, your mean is 544, and your standard deviation is 103. And now, hit enter. And what it just did is it just calculated the area between 500 and 700 for you. But let me tell you how it did that so you know, okay? So we found the 500. We didn't find the 700, okay? So you would find, so put your calculators down for a second and let's do it freehand, okay? Knowing that this is what our calculator got, That's what we're looking for. That's what we're aiming for. Okay. I wanted to make sure it wasn't anyone that I need to let into the group. Okay, so now we're going to look up positive 1.51. Okay, we're going to round. We're going to look up positive 1.51. So positive 1.51, this is 0, this is 1. Now, what do you think we're going to do with these two areas? Oh, you guys can't see that, sorry. What do you think we're going to do with these two areas, Amy?
Subtract the 500 z-score from the 700 z-score so you can find the difference.
Yep, so it's not technically, we're not going to subtract the z-scores. I want to clarify. We're going to subtract the areas. But you are right, we're subtracting. You guys remember, you're not going to subtract the z-scores and look up the new z-score. You subtract the areas. And remember, 0.3336 is below 500. 0.9345 is below 700. And then we're going to subtract. Okay, and what did we get? So when I got this, I got 0.6009. Oh my God, you guys can't see that.